When you say Luciferian intellect, what's that?
The Luciferian intellect is the intellect that wants to place itself in the highest position. And there's lots of people, smart people tend to be Luciferian because they think that their fundamental value is their intelligence. And they think that intelligence is the fundamental value. And then they're often very annoyed if they're very bright and the world doesn't lay itself out at their feet because they think, well, I'm so smart, everything should just be coming my way. Because they've prided themselves on that. It's like, well, and intellectual pride, well, that might be the cardinal sin. The Luciferian intellect is the intellect that wants to put itself in the highest position. It challenges God. That's what Satan is. That's what Lucifer is, literally, in the Miltonian story, is Lucifer is the spirit who attempts to usurp God. That's what the communists did. That's what the fascists did. That's what we do when we build towers of Babel. And we can easily elevate the intellect to the highest possible place, especially smart people. They do that all the time. It's better to attend to what you don't know. This is why Rogan's a very good example of this, because Rogan is not an intellectual. He's a seeker. Those aren't the same thing. Rogan is always like a bloodhound. He's on the path of what he doesn't know. And the consequence of that is he knows a lot. 2,000 podcasts, 2,500 podcasts. He's done like 2,500 high-level graduate seminars, something like that. It's crazy. And so his questions get better and better as he fills in the gaps. Is it intellectual? No, it's not. There's a difference between an intellectual pursuit and a spiritual pursuit. And the remediation of your own ignorance is a spiritual pursuit. It's predicated on humility. How am I stupid? How can I fix that? One of the things I really taught my kids, tried to teach them, was ask stupid questions, right? And that means you have to admit to your own insufficiency. That's what humility is. And then you have to publicly announce it. Here's how I'm stupid. Can you fix me? And sometimes that is embarrassing, although much less frequently than people think. Usually, if you're in a crowd and you have a stupid question and you've been paying attention, 80% of the crowd has the same question. And they're relieved that, you asked it. In fact, they'll think you're brave. It's so interesting, because you're afraid when you ask a question, if you're in a university seminar, you're afraid that what you're going to do is expose your stupidity and be, what would you say, shamed. And what happens is exactly the opposite, is everybody who's too cowardly to ask that question now thinks that you're courageous. It's exactly the opposite of what you think.